How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Scarlet, and welcome back to PokeForward. Today we got ourselves some Pokemon news, rumors, leaks, everything in between. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. First things first is this post shared to us by Soul Silver. Also, shout out to my friend Cam Tendo, part of our podcast as well, who actually sent this to me saying, yo, we got some new download cards for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The original post was from Ami at Japan, who said, game screens of the DLC have been revealed, and it's actually genuine copies of the DLC packs within the stores in Japan. And as you guys can see, the price here is 3,182 yen in this store, and of course, you know, with tax is 3,500, I'm guessing. But yeah, you've just got the background here showing the facility, and then I think a little bit of Kitakami can be seen here. Like, I think the location we're going to be in, an actual in-game screenshot can be seen right there, which we haven't seen before. That's actually, I think, our first actual view of the in-game of this actual DLC, right? If you guys look at the background right here, literally right behind the characters in the bottom here, you can kind of see a bit of a background. There's like a bit of a tent there, which I do think we've seen in the artwork for this, but it's kind of cool to see. You also have the school behind them down there as well. So it seems clear that those are going to be like the early locations we're going to be spending a lot of time in, which makes sense, just reasonable, nothing too strange from that in this sense. But yeah, so what's basically being said here is just not really much. What Soul says, who, if you guys don't know who Soul is, he's a leak analyst. He says, oh, possibly our first look at Kitakami and Blue Perry Academy in-game. Man, either way, can't wait to play these. And it's not confirmed, but sure does look real. And then here we have another image that's more clean. Many are saying that this might mean there could be some news soon. I'm not sure about that, as my prediction has been June, but this does make it feel like it. Here's a different look. There's not too much, but it still gets me hyped. And yes, like we said, you guys can see in the background here, our first look at actual gameplay parts of this game, you know, like actual gameplay images in the background. Again, it might be a bit difficult to see, but I would recommend just, you know, pause the video and try to see if you can spot anything interesting. But for the most part, you're not really going to see anything crazy here. Just our first look at what the in-game areas will actually look like. It does look like it's nighttime in Kitakami here on the left. But yeah, nonetheless, pretty cool to see. Now let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be this post that was sent to me by Light. Shout out to Light on Twitter, YouTube, and everything. And he basically sent me a new rumor from 4chan. So let's see what it actually has to say. Pokemon news drop, May 2nd at 2 p.m. UTC. Pokemon Go, Go Fest Summer 2023, New York City Central Park, Tokyo, Japan, Ueno Park. If that's actually true, I'm going, because I'm actually going to be, if that depends on where, because this says, I'm hoping, yeah, it says a global June, July. Oh, I wish it was in May, because I'm actually going to be in Tokyo in May this year, so that's going to be fun. But either way, New York City Central Park, Tokyo, Japan, Ueno Park, Madrid, Spain, Casa de Campo, global June, global July, global August, and a shiny Gumi debut, I guess, or distribution. Pokemon Go Plus, then I guess gets connected to Pokemon Sleep. And then he says the following about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC Treasure of Area Zero, the Teal Mask. That's the first one. It says the new legendary Ogerpon, the masked Pokemon, is a grass ghost type with a brand new ability. Okay. Cryolization phenomenon, which looks like a new form without the hats. Seems to be specific to a type. Which I guess is the brand new, that's what this person is saying, the name of the brand new, like terrestrialized forms is going to be, cryolization phenomenon. And then he says it seems to be specific to a type. So that kind of lines up with what we've been speculating, but oh well. Monkey Dory, the ironic Pokemon, Okidogi, the brute Pokemon, and Pheasantipede, the acute Pokemon. And then Terratel, the glimmering Pokemon. Ooh, okay, who's that? Is that the pre-evolution of Terrastol? Or Terrapagos, I guess? New TMs for new Pokemon and old moves. Event at the Pokemon League right after the trailer deals with the Walking Wake and Iron Leaves. Okay. Event at the Pokemon League right after the trailer. Okay. Then he says Pokemon Home update goes live on May the 12th. Which would be good to know, because remember, guys, they still said to us that Pokemon Home connectivity to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was coming in early 2023, and we still haven't received it, which is really weird, okay? It's just super strange that hasn't happened yet, because I'm sorry, but early 2023 is about to end. I think at the end of, like, you know, end of April, that's it. That's the end of early 2023. We're in almost halfway through the year by the time we get into the May and June months. So it should be out by then. I'm assuming whenever the home update comes out, it's going to be alongside other news as well. But we'll have to wait and see. So we continue down the list though to the next thing, which he says is that goes live on the May 12th. Connectivity to Scarlet and Violet. Event with Iron Valiant for Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Roaring Moon for Violet with special marks. Take note, none of this is fact and is info given by a translator. There should be more info, but this is what's been given for now. All right, again, just a rumor. You guys, again, take this with a mountain of salt. Don't assume it's real just because, well, whatever, because I'm covering it or because it's on the internet. Again, all this stuff is up for speculation. Either way, the next thing is coming to us from the PLDH network, who says the Pokemon Go news, Regidrago's Elite Raid event will receive a makeup run on May 13th. So if you guys want to get your hands on that, make sure to get that. Then we also have a massive theory from Soul about the brand new Pokemons and all that. So he says, possibly the most important and biggest theory news to come from the baby Terrapagos reveal last week is this. We now know so much more about the drawing of Terrapagos in the Scarlet and Violet book. The sphere it sits upon is a protective force field. From what we saw from baby Terrapagos, it suggests that Terrapagos is physically separate from the protective shield. And in the Scarlet and Violet book art, it looks like Terrapagos is halfway in and halfway out of this protective force field. The sphere is made from the same raw energy inside of Terrapagos that can cause Terrastall, or power of a time machine, or create an AI robot. But the sphere seems to be formed to protect something inside. Which reminds me of the moment where AI Sada and Turo lost the will to fight in the final Scarlet and Violet battle. The Paradise Protection Protocol took over. With all this info established, look at the sphere in the drawing. We cannot see what is in the bottom half of it, as it's shrouded in darkness. It's hidden from us. I believe whatever is being protected inside the sphere is in the depths of Area Zero. Is the hidden treasure of Area Zero. Heath speaks speaks of a guardian of Area Zero as well. He says the guardian may even be this strange, resplendent, glittering light. I believe the sphere is the guardian, and in turn, possibly Terrapagos as well, as since it's created the protective force field, but Terrapagos' power and gems could also be the treasure inside. Or maybe there's still other Pokemon or a person or power inside of the sphere that Terrapagos is protecting, that literally upholds reality and can create anything from imagination. As for origins, in the past I've covered a few things already that this is the same concept could come from. But I've got so much more to say on this, as well as a completely different theories to share alternatively. However, I really feel like some of this is very accurate at this point. And again, it does seem to connect relatively well. He also says, kind of connects it back to a previous post he made about a debate if Terrapagos is the third legendary or not, and that kind of stuff. He also says, just want to add some of my old threads from the before Pokemon Day to further back up these ideas and provide more fun ideas. Hopefully we can all theorize together. This one is also super impactful in my opinion, and you guys can again check these out if you want to. Now somebody includes here, I wonder if the fruit they're referring to is a Teal Mask Momotaro Pokemon, Peach. Ledges form a spiral down the inner walls of Area Zero, offering Path of Descendant. Vegetation and sources of water are here as well. Legends tell that precious stones and wondrous fruits have long slept in Area Zero's depths, protected by some manner of guardian. Which is interesting, because that actually does sound pretty decent, but it could also be the Herba Mystica, right? Either way, don't really think we have much else to say about these theories. We can go into a few of them again later in this video if we don't have, if we have some time left. He also has this theory, though, which I think is interesting. So, the main reason I brought up this three-tailed connection is to ponder the question, why does Terrapagos have three tails? Which, yeah, I mean, it technically almost has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 5, I would argue. I don't know if you can really count these. I mean, unless you count in unison, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost see 5, could even be 6 if you look at it in a certain way. Meanwhile, this fellow over here, oh, okay, so he meant the pre-evolution, does have 3. This one does have only 3, that's true. By the way, he also had a post here from the 19th of April. Let's look at what he says here. This isn't actually a theory. I just find it funny that for some reason, Terrapagos is a turtle with 3 tails, which is vaguely reminiscent of the 3 tails Isobe from Naruto, which, yes, oh, I remember, dude, oh, this just, seeing the Naruto reference, the 3 tails, that is so cool. But he says, also a turtle thing with 3 tails, but I do wonder if any of Isobe's Japanese origins were used for inspiration behind Terrapagos. Probably not, but I wanted to share this before connecting it to any other observation I plan to tweet out soon. Which again, I think is pretty cool that they look relatively similar. Either way, He says that, here's what he says, though, the following in the whole thread. So he says, as far as I know, the number of tails the turtle had in Urashima Taro wasn't relevant. These tails also kind of hint to baby Terapagos possibly changing into Tetrapagos. The tip of the baby's tails also splits into 3 parts as it evolves or form changes. Those 3 tips could grow into 3 tails. Also, at least in the anime, the baby Terapagos that is with Lycos seems to have pulled every part of its body into its shell. The jewel, except for the tip of its tail, which is sticking out of the bottom of the jewel. Okay. Is this telling us that maybe only Lycos gem has a baby in it? Or is that just a quirk of her specific baby? There's still a baby Terapagos in every other Terra gem that knows how to pull their tail into their shell too, like the official website suggests. The biggest prospect of this observation is how cool would it be if the final form of Terapagos has even more tails? Would look epic. I think that's very true. But again, we'll have to wait and see. For now, don't really have much info to go off of. Either way, next is this right here. Again, it's about Pokemon Home. They said to us, support's coming in early 2023. And yeah, like he said, I think this is bad. Just wait until, if we think this is bad, just wait until we get the Indigo Disc wait. Because they said the Indigo Disc is, late 2023. But that could be delayed because early 2023 is about to pass. I'm going to be real. January, February, March, April. That's 4 months and still nothing. It is a bit ridiculous. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but either way, just thought I would include that. And finally, we're going to finish things off with this right here. We have this interview that was done, with, of course, the people over at, I think, Creatures. I could be wrong, but basically, totally missed part 3 of this interview that came out. Link, to be honest, is fascinating info. Creatures is definitely one of the best parts of the Pokemon development. Also had to share these clips because I love all 3 of these Pokemon. But yes, it's basically the 60 FPS animations of certain Pokemon that are going to be in Pokemon. Oh, sorry, that have been made for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Because basically, they remade all the animations for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They recreated, like, all of them, basically. And they put in a lot of time and effort. Creatures really did their best trying to make this stuff, top-notch quality. Unfortunately, they can't use that because the Switch is not good enough. And the people at Game Freak haven't just implemented them in such a way where they can't really be used much beyond what they are right now in Scarlet and Violet. But I do think, and I do hope, that just with the fact that they've been able to even create these sick animations, that we can see them used in the future. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, as per usual, make sure to drop a like down below, make sure to subscribe. Sorry for not posting over the weekend. I was just busy, having a little bit of a break. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.